They said Elijah was suspicious, but all he did was walk to work while being black. In this powerful, real-life inspired story, we follow a young man's journey through injustice, humiliation, and ultimately, courage. What starts as a routine morning turns into a viral moment that forces a town and a nation to confront its biases. Watch until the end for the heart-wrenching truth and the powerful message this story leaves behind. The sun had barely risen when Elijah Daniels laced up his worn-out sneakers and stepped out onto the cracked pavement of his South Carolina neighborhood. He was 17, tall for his age, with a quiet strength in his posture. He didn't talk much, but when he did, people listened. Elijah wasn't looking for trouble. He never was. He was heading to his weekend shift at the local animal shelter, earbuds in, hoodie up, lost in a Kendrick Lamar song. But in a town like Greenville, being young, black, and walking alone was often seen as a provocation. As Elijah crossed Maple Street, a white woman on her morning jog slowed down. She glanced at him, clutched her phone tighter, and crossed to the other side of the road. Elijah didn't notice. He was used to this, too used to it. By the time he reached 7th Avenue, a patrol car was trailing him. It wasn't the first time. But this time they didn't just drive by. The cop, Officer Beckman, stepped out, hand already near his holster. "Hey, you there, stop." Elijah paused and pulled out his earbuds. "Yes, sir. Got some reports about a suspicious individual matching your description. Mind telling me what you're doing around here?" "I'm just walking to work," Elijah said, calm but confused. "Where's your ID?" Elijah patted his pockets. He didn't have it on him. It was in his backpack at the shelter. "Hands out of your pockets. Turn around." The next few minutes moved like molasses and lightning all at once. Before he knew it, Elijah was on the ground, face to concrete, his backpack contents scattered in the street. Dog treats, a volunteer badge, and a crumpled resume floated in the breeze like discarded truths. Neighbors peeked from behind blinds, but no one came outside. Elijah's mother, Denise Daniels, was a teacher and a warrior in her own right. She arrived at the station furious, but composed. Years of trying to raise her son right, of teaching him how to survive being a black boy in America, rushed back like waves pounding her chest. "What was the probable cause?" she demanded. "Ma'am, we received a 911 call. We had to respond." Denise stared at the officer who said it, eyes hard with generations of fury. "And what did that call say?" "There's a black kid walking down the street." Elijah sat beside her, face bruised, heart heavier than it had ever been. Not because he was scared, but because it had finally happened to him. All the warnings, all the yes sir, no sir, all the ducking his head, it still wasn't enough. The video that changed everything. Unbeknownst to the police, a high school senior named Miguel had filmed the entire encounter from his bedroom window. His video went viral within 48 hours. The footage showed Elijah complying, calm, respectful, and still treated like a criminal. Headlines exploded. Black teen detained without cause. Another day, another profile. He was just walking to work. The town was divided. Some defended the police. Others, especially the youth, rallied around Elijah. A protest formed in front of the station. Hand-painted signs read, "I am Elijah. Walking while black is not crime. Justice for Elijah." Elijah hadn't wanted to be a symbol, but when he stood on the steps of City Hall, voice trembling but strong, he became one, the speech that echoed. "I'm not angry anymore," Elijah said. "I'm just tired. Tired of walking on eggshells in a place I've lived my whole life. Tired of people crossing the street because of the way I look. Tired of feeling like my skin is a warning sign." He paused. "I love this town. I love its trees, its people, the old man who sells peaches on Main Street. But I don't feel safe here. Not because of gangs. Not because of crime. Because of how the world sees me." That speech was picked up by local news, then national outlets. Activists, authors, even celebrities shared it. For a moment, Elijah Daniels wasn't just a kid from South Carolina. He was the face of a conversation people were too afraid to have out loud. The system responds, too little, too late. Officer Beckman was put on administrative leave. pending investigation. The department issued a formal apology, but no charges were filed because technically they had responded to a call. Elijah's case was closed, just like that. But Elijah didn't stop. He started a local youth initiative called Walk With Me, where teens of all backgrounds shared stories, walked together, and built bridges in their neighborhoods. It started small, then spread to neighboring counties. He wasn't trying to fix everything, but he was trying to fix something. Prejudice wears many faces: fear, power, silence. But Elijah's story reminds us that being seen as a threat because of your skin isn't just a personal attack. It's a societal failure. The real threat was never Elijah. The threat was a world too afraid to see black boys as human before assuming they were dangerous. Don't just watch. Feel the story. Share it. Talk about it. Change begins with awareness. If this story moved you, subscribe for more real-life inspired narratives that uncover the truth behind the headlines. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a story that matters.